Earlier this week, lobstermen and women from across the state of Maine rallied at the Stonington Pier to protect the future of the industry.
We're facing proposed regulations that could actually cause physical harm to our fishermen and our crew.
And for more than 20 years, you have cooperated with NOAA. You have implemented gear changes that were expensive and in some cases impractical. It is now time for NOAA to listen to you.
The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, are proposing new regulations that could cut the number of vertical line traps used by Maine fishermen in an effort to protect the right whale. However, the new rules are not only dangerous but devastating to coastal communities.
Our communities live off of that ocean money. That's it. That's all we have left. I don't think you'll see anyone living here, maybe a few retired people. That's about it. You won't be out here lobstering. None of these lobster boats will be there other than a pleasure boat. And we don't want that. We want to save our only industry we have left.
We're one of those fragile fisheries that if too many things go wrong, won't be there anymore. And then pretty soon, you don't have a critical mass on the island anymore. You can't keep your school open, your store open, and that's the end of your community. We saw it on Cree Haven many, many years ago, but it's the one thing island residents worry about all the time is what happens when we can't keep our islands going. And these are the places we live. We want to raise our families.
Murray is a sixth-generation lobster fisherman from Vinyl Haven. Making a living on the water is how his family survives.
Vinyl Haven is not connected to the mainland. There are no other industries, no Walmarts or McDonald's, no other jobs to fall back on if lobstering goes away. My family would have no choice but to move away. This is something I'm not ready to do.
RYLEE is the future. She's a lobster fisherman herself and wants nothing more than to keep the tradition going for her and her family.
And this island is full of people who have fishing in their blood, people who've been raised to be fishermen. If the industry continues to be regulated the way it is, the younger generation of fishermen will have no choice but to move elsewhere and give up the work they know and love. I think about all the amazing memories I have made and how I want to share this trade with those to come after me. But if the extreme regulations continue, there may not be anything but memories left to share.
It's all about the future, and everyone here gets it. But educating people outside of the fishing community is what's key.
Today's a great day, but there's going to be many more days down the road that we're going to have to fight and get your message out. And when I say it needs to change today, it's the narrative. It's what we hear from people outside the state. You heard some of the stories about, oh, the Maine fishermen kill whales. Maine fishermen do not kill whales. So we have to change that, and it needs to start today.
Representative Jared Golden has been a true ally to the IAM Maine Lobstering Union on this issue. His message to the crowd: unity.
We have to have a concerted effort as a community to keep pushing. It's not just going to be all about what you know, your federal delegation and state delegation, what the governor can do. It's going to be about yourselves staying organized and staying committed to fight for your way of living.
These fishermen are ready to fight. At the rally, they signed petitions indicating they've never even seen a right whale. Most of them have 30-plus years experience working these waters, but still are being punished for right whale deaths.
In the last 3 years, not a single right whale entanglement has occurred off the coast of Maine. Not one.
And you people are the ones that understand the industry and have worked to protect it your whole lives. So I'll take my information from the fishing industry right here in Maine before I'll take it from somebody that's not even in this state.
This community has always been part of the solution, not the problem when it comes to protecting the right whale.
We all want to protect the right whale. We want to save the right whale, but we want to do it in the right way. Protecting the safety of Maine's fishermen and their fishermen community, protecting the economy of coastal Maine and all of Maine.
There has to be a balance between lobster fishing and science. We don't feel that that's there right now. And without that balance, one's going to destroy the other, and we can't have that, right? We need the science, but it needs to be good science, needs to be up-to-date science. They say they can't track the whales, but they can track the copepods, and they have great science on that, and that's where the whales are. They're following the feed.
Bottom line, Any solution that protects the right whale population must be equitable, it must be fact-based, and it must reflect the reality in the Gulf of Maine.
These fishermen are committed to keeping the industry safe and the communities they live in strong and viable. Maine's delegation showed solidarity at the rally and have promised to stand with these brave men, women, and children to ensure the future of the fishery will be around for generations to come.
There's no better voice about why it is that we truly believe from the bottom of our hearts that Maine lobstering are not part of the problem when it comes to the right whales than yourselves. You're the best advocate for yourselves, all right?
For the Machinist News Network, I'm Valana Cochran.